SJC here, and we're back with a movie review. Foxcatcher. Directed by Bennett Miller, who previously brought us Moneyball with Brad Pitt. He is back with Steve Carell, Mark Ruffalo, and Channing Tatum. So what's this movie about? Well, this movie is a biographical drama film based on the lives of Olympic wrestling champion Mark Schultz and a paranoid schizophrenic millionaire coach by the name of Jon DuPont, who murdered Schultz's brother, Olympic champion Dave Schultz, in 1996. And basically that's the entire film, where it depicts the life of the Schultz brothers, how they get involved with DuPont, and the interactions with the three of them, the relationships and everything, and that's basically the entire film. What did I think? Well, first off, Steve Carell, when he first announced this project, I was like, whoa, serious drama with Steve Carell? Michael Scott from The Office? Could it be? Because seriously, if you look at Steve Carell's filmography, it's all comedy and not much drama, really. And basically, I was surprised. He went to this like whole face transformation. He had a prosthetic nose, and he got fat, and he just looks... Ugh. And I was like, okay, totally, definitely checking it out just for Steve Carell. I wasn't really keen on seeing Channing Tatum or Mark Ruffalo. I wasn't even expecting much, because I didn't really even watch the trailer. I just knew that Steve Carell, serious role, Foxcatcher, based on a real-life event, and Mark Ruffalo dies in this movie. And that was it. That's all I was going in with, and man, oh man, wow. Steve Carell, super creepy, super just, like, you have no idea what he's thinking. He's just, like, totally schizophrenic, really. He really gives that vibe off throughout the film later on when we finally get to know him better. But when he starts off, he's just really an old, creepy guy, and he sold me, definitely. It was just totally believable, though it was like sometimes you weren't sure, but I think that was the whole concept of you weren't sure about his character. That was the whole point about it, that he made it that looks like he was maybe good, or... But no, he kills Mark Ruffalo somewhere in the film, so he must be bad, but yet he's trying to be all like supportive of Channing Tatum. And yeah, Channing Tatum, what a surprise as well. He plays this silent but really committed to wrestling sort of guy, and I was impressed with his acting in terms of he wasn't a loud, stupid douchebag from Jump Streets, and it was just great to see this side of his acting, and it was just another, like, wow, another level of goodness coming from Foxcatcher. And lastly, we have Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo, I wasn't even sure what to expect. Was he going to be dead in the beginning of the film, and it talks about how they find the killer, or what's going to happen? I have no idea what's happening. So, Mark Ruffalo, awesome stuff. I mean, if you've just seen him from Hulk, definitely watch his other films, because he can act much better than he did in Hulk. I watched Begin Again with him and Keira Knightley. Great stuff. And here too was just great stuff. He was like a very encouraging brother and just really loving. And he was just good. I really loved the chemistry between him and Channing Tatum. And also just like this different foil that he brings to the other two characters of, you know, Steve Carell's intense schizophrenic guy and Channing Tatum's silent but motivated type of personality. And it was just him being nice and just really encouraging. So it was just really, all three of them really foiled each other really well, and I enjoyed that. And I loved every time they were on the screen, and basically it's just these three guys on the screen all the time, so that was just great. Now in terms of plotting, it's interesting for sure. We'll know that it's inspired by real events sort of thing, and everyone's probably going to know that someone's going to die, but don't know how and everything. And I think that builds suspense. I really was just, throughout the movie, thinking, when's it going to go down? Like, really, what's going to happen? Like, when is he going to snap and be nuts? Because there were things that were inferred and sort of, like, foreshadowed through Steve Carell's, like, character doing, like, really weird things. And it's just like, whoa, this guy's, like, really messed up here. And when is he going to snap? Because there were times where it seems like he did, but nothing happened in terms of just, like, an intensity. Like, something did happen, but, you know, you gotta watch it. But, really, that suspense was really just nerve-wracking, as in, like, I know what's gonna happen, but I don't know when, or what's gonna happen. Like, is it gonna catch me off guard, or is it gonna be set up really well? Like, what? I really loved that. It was just, like, jittering in my seats, but it wasn't something that was, like scary, but it was just, like, that anticipation that was done really well. And also, the whole wrestling world, I really enjoyed that, too. I don't know much about wrestling at all, really, and the ferocity and the intensity that they put into, like, training and the actual competition stuff was just like, wow, this stuff is intense, and you can see the drive behind Channing Tatum and sort of like the commitment that he is to the whole sport, and you can see that relationship changing as he meets Steve Carell's character, and then something happens, and it's just like, whoa, it's such a drastic change, and you can see how it really affects his life. So I really did enjoy the performance of the three guys here. The story was done well, the way it was shot was just great as well. I haven't seen Moneyball, so I can't compare, but I hear Moneyball was okay, I guess, but really, it was good here. So Bennett Miller did a good job in terms of filming these personal, you know, relationships and like how they get closer or when they were distant. You can see that the relational status of their closeness changes throughout the film. And I enjoyed it. Like, it was fun. Like, definitely go watch it if you have like sort of some curiosity of the Steve Carell persona of drama, intense acting. And there's also a way where the director pulls really far shots where the characters are really small or the subject matter of the shot is really small, and it pulls you farther away. And I was always wondering why he did that, but I feel when I really think about it, one reason could be is that we're never really sure about the mental state of Jon duPont, and pulling us far is just a relational thing, as in like, we don't really know what duPont is feeling. That's why, because we're so far from the subject matter. And also, the feeling of unsureness, I think it might be a bad thing for some people, but I think how I saw it is that this whole unsureness that audiences feel is the mental state that duPont is. We're not clearly sure is he schizophrenic right now or later, or what's happening to him. So I think this unsureness that's instilled in the audience as they're watching this film it's something that I enjoyed. I don't know if it was a legit thing, but that's how I feel when I watch these scenes where he's just like so uncomfortable and I don't know what's happening. And I think that correlates with the whole long distance shots, as in like these things are so distant, so far from us that we don't really know what's happening, but we're seeing it in front of our eyes. And I think that's a really cool thing that the director might or might not have done, but I think that's what I got from this way of stylistic shooting. And that's interesting for sure. Like, overall, I wouldn't say it's amazing acting, but rather it's something that to compare that he did Office for 8 seasons or 7 or whatever, and for him to do comedy so much and all of a sudden go into this role, or just yeah, it's just that, which is like an awe-inspiring. It's like, wow, he has gone into some great lengths for this transform into character. And so same as for Channing Tatum, and I think Mark Ruffalo did a good job in terms of just being a nice, encouraging guy. He was, I don't know, it's just the way that he looks and how he carries himself that makes it even more convincing. I'm not sure if he can be recast per se, but he would be the most easy to recast in terms of the three dudes. But I really enjoyed their chemistry, like I said, their foils, their chemistry in terms of just all these relationships that changes throughout the film, and it was just definitely totally recommended. So yeah, if you have seen Foxcatcher, leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And that's pretty much it for this movie review of Foxcatcher. Out.